welcome back to Resident Rise 3 on the Trycraft server with me, Tryonus. So, it's been about a week since my last video, so I thought I'd better do a bit of an update video. Last time, basically, I think it was Mntdewmania pranked me with her Magpie statues, which is kind of awesome. Still is. And I've cleared most of that up. I've got one or two statues which I really like and I've left. But I'll show you that maybe later. But over the last week I've kind of had enough of building my castle, so I decided to start actually doing some crafting and doing some machines and things like that. And I've done a fair amount, so you'll have to bear with me while I run everything through, you guys, if you're interested. But just a heads up, this is just a normal update of what I've done throughout the week. Well, let's just basically get started. So hopefully you're still going to be interested. Yeah, let's get going. Well, first thing you can actually see my armor. I've actually changed my armor from the obsidian mechanism armor to redstone armory, the Endymium flux armor, and I've got it fully enchanted. All of them have got protection 4, unbreaking 3, soulbound. Apart from the shoes, the only difference there is that I did put feather falling on there, just to be on the safe side. I don't really need to worry about it because my wings do give me all damage protection anyway, but I thought feather falling might come in handy in case something happens. Who knows, because obviously my wings, I haven't got soulbound on, but so I could end up losing my wings at one point, you know, so having that would be fairly interesting. So anyway, I've mainly been working down here. You can't actually see the castle at the moment. Render distance isn't good enough, but basically what I've done is some mechanism machines, as you can probably see with those towers. I've got some magic farms going, magic crops going, magic farms, well, same thing I guess. Some little bit of automation, but let's get to work. Oh yes, and my tools. I've got a millennium, or however you want to pronounce it, cleaver now. I've got a cobalt hatchet, shovel, and a pickaxe, so I'm basically max level with them. So yeah, so first let's start with the crops. I think that might be the thing. So as you can see here, I've got a master infusion stone, which is the top of the line, infuses all the things and whatnot to get the crops, because you need this, if I go on to uses, to use the Micklos essence to get the Accio and the Crucio, Imperio, Ziccio, and whatever else, and that's what you need basically to get everything else. It also has infinite uses, whereas the lower versions, they all have like a durability. Something I did actually mean to keep asking, is there any way to actually recharge these guys? Because, you know, I have these. These are like the regular and the strong and the weak ones. These are what you need to craft first to go on to anything else. Let me just dump this out of my inventory because I don't really need this little lot in there. I might need you. Yeah, let's empty an inventory. Might help. Yeah, at the moment for magic farms, I've got 3 Ender.io farms running, as you can see. This back one here is mainly Minico, because that Minico is the life essence of magic crops in a way, because without this stuff you can't get anywhere else, especially like you need the seeds and then the Minico essence. I've also started using thermal expansion caches. They seem to be a little bit easier and not necessarily better than Java barrels, but I kind of like them. They hold quite a lot of stuff without having to go with all this messing about with upgrades and things like that. They do upgrade, but in a lot simpler way of doing things. And yeah, still got quite a lot of stuff in that one. This farm has 4 different types of crops growing on it. It has diamond, enderman, redstone, and coal. Now the reason why I went into those 4 is because them 4 seem to be some of the easiest for me to make, to get the actual infusion stones, because you need the essences of these to actually go up. You can use different sorts of essences, but these are the ones that I chose to get to upgrade. So I think it was coal to redstone, to ender pearls, to diamond, and then I got the higher tier infusion stone, so it was all good. I'm collecting seeds like no one's business on these, so anyone on the server, if you want any enderman, coal, diamond and redstone seeds, you know, leave me a note, let me know what you've taken. It's all good. I did have a farm for the Mntdewmania, which was here, but I've got that much Mntdewmania now, and I only used it to get this armor. I didn't really need it anymore. I've got plenty of seeds again, so I could remake it at some point, but at the moment I can't see any point. This was what this farm was at the moment. Again, this one is doing 4 crops again. Let me just grab these seeds, jump them down there. I'll explain that in a second. This one's doing 4. This one's doing iron, copper, invar and tin, just to get some extra resources in, because I went through iron and copper like no one's business, making those things across there. So this is all kind of working nicely. They've all seemed to have settled in their spots, and we are now getting excess seeds of these, so I need to sort out the caches for these guys. This is a load of iron, because I did have this originally. First it was Mntdewmania, then it turned into an iron farm, and now it's turned into an iron, tin, ingvar and copper farm. They're all surrounded, as you can see, by these lily pads of fertility. Most of these I crafted myself, but then Eddie Magpie came up with an awesome way to automate them, so we did a little bit of a trade, and I traded him a stack of seeds each for a stack of lily pads. He's also opened a shop up at Spawn, which, depending on how much time I've got, we'll have a nip across and you can have a look at that. It's an awesome little shop. The Frisky Frog. Yeah. So yeah, we'll definitely go and have a look at that, hopefully. That makes no sense. Anyway, this is my little experience farm. I've only found the 3 essence berry bushes, so something very simple. Just got 3 autonomous activators right clicking on the essence berry bushes, and then I've got a vacuum hopper into another cache, but it works. It works, so there's no, very simple, very easy, having to mess around with too many wires. This is a XP drain leading into a bow, just so I'm not carrying too much XP around with me at a time. Back here we have a planter harvesters, or 2 planter harvesters. This one's doing normal wood and whatnot. This one is my rubber tree farm, in case I do any more mine factory reloaded stuff, which I might get a fishery and things sorted over there, over that lake. It's pretty cool. Then I've got my ender lily seeds here. This is my stone farm, in a way, my cobblestone generator, and I'm making quadruple contrast cobblestone. I'm using, actually, so I meant to mention these things, which I've got here, these auto workbenches. There goes my Skype. They are cheap and slow, but they're fast enough for me at the moment. I really could do with upgrading these to these assemblers, or whatever they're called. The thermal expansion cryonic assemblers, some on those sort of lines, which require power and whatnot. Oh yeah, see, there's that many stuff I keep forgetting what I'm running through. Obviously, if you know anything about the harvester and planters, they produce sludge, and if you get too much sludge, then they stop working. So basically, I just piped all this excess sludge directly into the sludge boiler, and it creates not necessarily so many random stuff, but I get quite a bit of items here. I've got loads of dirt and coarse dirt and sand and red sand, which most of it's interesting. I mean, look at all this clay. So, you know, again, anyone on the server want any of this junk? Well, not necessarily junk, it's fairly useful. Most of it, the sand and red heat sand and whatnot. Some Malaysium there, and door stand. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Right, I also have a lava generator type thing here. There's not anything, it's just so I've got lava at hand, basically. Oh yeah, that's that. So yeah, I think that's about it for my farms, really. So I've got lava farms and tree farms and magic crop farms and cobble farms. The only thing I haven't got are any animal farms. But I haven't really needed them at the moment. And if I do, I might make these anyway and just have their essence. Essence of cow, essence of pig. Sounds lovely, doesn't it? So let's head inside. In fact, no, let's stay outside. Because power generation and things like that for mechanism. As you can see, there's a load of junk here. But I've got 2 gas burning generators, the hydrogen generators, which this gets annoying sometimes. Let's just put that on there. There we go. Sometimes I've got to reset the cube for it to start working again. It's a little bit annoying. I don't know why I need to do that. But I've got my hydrogen generators here. Not the best things in the world. Not as good as they used to be. Powering this energy cube, which sends everything else out. This is getting powered by this dimensional transceiver because, as you can see, my windmills have disappeared because I've put them a lot higher. You can just about see it in the dark there. That's where all my wind farms now are. Might be able to get them a little bit higher. But what I did up here was basically create myself a angel block, and then I was able to make a little platform for my windmills, and they produced quite a bit of power, a lot better than what they were down here, because they're now at level 251. So yeah, as you can see, they produce quite a bit of power for me now. I could even add on to this a lot more. Like I say, I'm using dimensional transceivers to transport the power down. Most people are using thermal expansion, but I haven't really got into thermal expansion that much at the moment. So yeah. There we go, just having a sip of my coffee this morning. So yeah, that's the outside, how I'm powering everything. I do need some better power generation, but I'll do that later. Inside, oh come on, you silly thing. I've got all my machines now up to elite status on mechanism. I made myself a soul binder. I've got a couple of thermal expansion machines here, but I needed them for this armor, because the recipe for this armor, you needed these flux stuff and these flux crystals, which require diamonds and destabilized redstone. So that's kind of why I went into that, but that's as far as I've gone into thermal expansion. So yeah, my condenser here is making bedrockium. The reason why I'm making bedrockium, sorry, mainly for the farms, because they actually I can actually make these bedrockium tools, which actually last in these farms quite some time actually. So I actually got the idea from Eddie Magpie, because when he's got into some farms like these as well, and I've noticed that he's done them, and I've been looking around for ages for a decent hoe or whatever. I mean, I even created one of these Zinvico hoes, which are unbreakable, but the damn thing doesn't even work. Also, you can see I've made a digital miner on the mechanism side, so that's how I got most of my resources in. Most of them are actually processed now. I've still got bits and pieces to do. I think, yeah, here we are. I've still got to sort out the osmium, some lead, silver ore, But most of these I don't really rush to actually get processed because I don't really use them a right lot. Got a few extra diamonds when I process some of my coal because I ran that through the slag mill and there's 1% chance of getting diamonds, so I have quite a bit of coal to run through. But yeah, there's my Endearium, by the way, which you can see I've got 61 stacks plus 47, so quite a lot of that stuff. Yeah, I think that's majority of all my machines there inside, all nicely compact. The only thing I don't like is the external wiring. But once I get things moved up here, the majority of the farms will actually stay down here, but the machines will get moved up somewhere into the castle at some point and another. Right, let's talk about these things. These are solar evaporators, is that right? Yep, solar evaporations. You start using these when you want to start doing mechanism or tripling, not tripling, is it the 5 times or processing? I'm only out 3, I need to figure out the 4. But what I wanted to do with these, this is kind of fairly new to mechanism. So what I've done is that this one is actually being fed with water through 3 pumps. And what this one does is make brine. It's not going to actually make any now because it's dark, and unfortunately these things only run on solar power, which is a little bit annoying because I don't really rate solar power in Minecraft that brilliant, to be quite honest. But that's just me, that's my personal opinion. But this thing will heat up eventually and start making brine. That brine then gets transferred into this one, which the brine goes in there, and then this makes what's called liquid lithium, which comes out as liquid lithium into this rotary condenser, which gets turned into lithium, which is the gaseous form, which then goes into this chemical crystallizer, which then makes it into lithium dust. Now this is one of the more advanced things in mechanism. Well, I think it is anyway, I'm not 100% sure. What you actually use this for is by making these multi-structured power holders, because you need these basic induction cells and basic induction providers. There's the liquid lithium, by the way. You can turn this thing back. So pretty cool. I'm looking forward to getting one of these. This is the only reason why I needed this stuff to make these stuff. It just says basic there, but you can use it to make advanced and elite. I'm still learning because this stuff is fairly new to me because I haven't used mechanism in quite a while. But basically that's why I needed those 2 towers and whatnot. Correct me if I'm wrong, these 2 towers they do actually work better in deserts and hot environments, because there's this thing here about the multiplier thing, and I think you can get a 2 times multiplier if you put it in a hot biome, something on those sort of lines. But at the moment it's perfectly fine for me. These are only like 14 blocks high. I think the recommended is 18 block highs, but again, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first time I've actually built these solar evaporators, and they were a pain in the goddamn arse to make. This is why I kind of needed the resources for copper and iron. I know I could have cheated, well, not necessarily cheated, but used Project E to make the iron and copper that I needed, but I am trying to minimize my use of that. I know I'm using it for bedrock, but that's mainly because I need it for my farms at the moment. So it kind of swings and roundabouts, I guess. But yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. It Doesn't seem like a lot for a 20-minute video. But yeah, it's taken me about a week or so to get this far. Yeah, but the castle, like I say, I haven't really done much on the castle this week. Like I say, I got a little bit fed up of building. You will see the odd Markiplier like that one hanging off from there. This one sat in here greeting everyone. I think, yeah, I've left the 2 on the T's. I'm not too sure if I'm going to get rid of them 2 or not. Hello, what's this? You earned this for... You earned it for an outstanding castle map. Oh, thank you. Use it wisely. Most expensive apple ever. Okay, what we got? The ultimate emerald apple. Regeneration, fire resistance, absorption, damage resistance, haste, and strength. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. Also some wither skulls. Some random wither skulls. Okay, thank you. Whoever left them, I don't know who's left them. Oh dear, it's gone a little bit on the laggy side. I don't know why. There's no one else on. But yeah, the castle still needs a lot of work. I've got that Markiplier up there waving to everyone. So yeah, like I said, the ones on the T's I might get rid of. But other than that, like I said, I've still got a lot of work to do. You need to do spits and spats. If you don't, you'll get fed up and then you get bit bored. Especially considering how long that has taken me to build so far. But turned out a little bit differently because the castle itself I kind of wish was a little bit bigger. This is what I cast as the castle, by the way. The main building. These are just the outer walls and towers. Kind of wish it was a little bit bigger lengthways, I think. But it's fine. I'm happy enough with it. It's the first time I've built a castle. Maybe in the next world I might build something a little bit differently. Whenever that might be. Don't know. But I'm happy with it. I've got plenty of room to go downwards. If I need to. Like I say, I just kind of wish it was a little bit longer. But that's the only downside to it that I can see. I'm very happy with it. Yeah, there we go. So... Right, yeah, what time have we got? Yeah, we've got about 2 or 3 minutes left. Let's actually head over to spawn. Tiger Snowbase. We don't want Tiger Snowbase. We want spawn. Where is it? Spawn town. That's at the top. It would be. There we are. So you've seen this probably before. This is the mail room. More freebies for all to enjoy. What we got? Mutton and cooked steak. Everyone's giving everything away for free at the moment, which is kind of cool. Anything in my mailbox? I've got some fruit. Lovely. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, everyone's doing that. But this is Eddie's new build. This is Frisky Frog. An absolutely awesome looking build. Frisky Frog, I can't talk. Frisky Frog's fertility pads, free 2 stacks per customer. Only request if you choose to show yourself collecting, as I may not be able to record for a while. Yeah, unfortunately Eddie's suffering with his eye again, so he can't really see too much. It's a little bit harder for him to record. But blind or not, he has made an awesome little frog here on a lily pad, and it's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, as you can see, plenty of lily pads of fertility. We've already traded for a stack, so I don't know if I can take 2 more or if that classes as 1 stack. So yeah, I'll have to ask Eddie what I can do. Because they definitely come in handy for these magic farms. There's the Enchanting Emporium. I think this is like some sort of witch's thing, the witch's cauldron. And this is what Mntdewmania has built. These items are free. Please take what you want. Item to use if you want to make trade goods for you. Like I say, everyone's making shops and everything's for free. Which is awesome. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I don't know even who built that, to be quite honest with you. We've got a fishing shack of some sort here, which still lights fairly empty. And then the main spawn, because this is like the fishing village main shopping centre, I believe. I'm not really having that much to do with spawn at the moment. I really could do with trying to spend some time over here and finding out what they need doing and whatnot. I'll just kind of let people do what they want. Now, spawn town is somewhere down this direction. You have to excuse my map because we had a little bit of issue with some corrupted chunks, and we had to regen the world. Thanks to the TheWhiteTyger, he came to the rescue once again. But spawn town is looking awesome. There's the swimming pool. If you go and check out Mntdew's video, you'll learn all about that. But Mntdew decided to make a swimming pool mainly because of this guy here, Micklos, because of his little skin there. Turn your eyes away now. Should have probably given you a warning for that. But the entire gang's here, all having fun around the pool. Looks like Scoop's getting chased by all the girls here. Or either that or getting chased away by them, who knows. Looks like Mrp that. No, sorry, is that Mrp? No, it's Killabad. Sorry, Mrp's the. There's Mrp. Sorry. Killabad looks like he's falling into the pool. Looks like Mntdew and that's chasing on that Nicole. Darcy's. Don't know what Darcy's doing. She looks like she's having a good prance. Zark4, one of our newest members here, is enjoying some burgers. TheWhiteTyger's doing a cannonball. Eddie seems to be falling in. Kanakadea down here. I'm up here looking like I'm gonna commit suicide. What we got over here? Lady Ivy, who hasn't been on the server for a long time. We've got TheFuffypuma, Mntdew's daughter trying to climb, and there's Micklos. Climb up. Here's Mrp, but I don't think he's got any colour on him because I thought his head was green. So yeah, I think he needs a paintbrush on him. Yeah, I think that's everyone. All the gang. All worth checking out for their YouTube channels. All worth a good laugh. I know one or two of them aren't available at the moment because Mrp's going through some school stuff. Lady Ivy, she's also going through some school stuff, but again, like I said, she hasn't been on the server for ages, same as Xersos, so I don't know what's going on with them too. Kanakadea is getting married fairly soon, I believe, so he's got a lot of things to organise. Tiger's very busy. Eddie's got his eye stuff. Zark does record, but very rarely. Scoop and Nicole doesn't really record on the server at the moment. She does more Skyblock things. She's even doing one about bees now, so that's kind of cool. Mntdew, she's uploading every other day on different things. Darcy does as much recording as she can with the time that she's got. So yeah, our little family, absolutely awesome. Couldn't have had a better group. Definitely couldn't have had a better group at all. So anyway, I think I've been blabbering on a bit there towards the end and almost coming up to 30 minutes long, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But I hope that you've enjoyed this little update video. If you know any better than me or have any suggestions on what I can be doing either with the build or with my machines, feel free to leave a comment. But otherwise, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.